Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and to all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey Smokes. It is 8:05 a.m. on a Friday. I am finding it super difficult to get motivated. My sincere apologies. Insomnia. Ugh. I even had extra cramping last night. No, my left leg suddenly cramped. My foot went downward, and that was it. The entire leg cramped while I was lying in bed. And then when I finally pushed my toe upward with my other foot so it would decramp, I then went into the point where, well, if you're pulling it upward so it doesn't cramp this way, it's going to cramp in this direction. So you push that way, and then it cramps that way. So you pull it to the left, and it cramps. So you pull to the right, but it cramps, and that was fun. So, didn't sleep well. Haven't been able to sleep well for a long time. Was just freezing last night. Put on a blanket. Within an hour, I was wide awake again because I had to take both blankets off because I was burning up. Ugh. Still though, yay. It is good to survive anyway, and if you're going through difficulties, that shows you that you're alive. Thumbs up for that. And of course, for the YouTube algorithms, hey, if you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. If you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't, that too would be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, I definitely would appreciate that as well. A thumbs up, very, very good thing. And I do want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people help to keep me alive. Quite literally. My disability barely covers my rent. Past that, I wouldn't have money for anything to live without these people, and it is appreciated to no end. I enjoy living, I enjoy not being homeless, and it is because of these people that it is true. Thank you so very much, each and every one of you. If you'd like to become a patron, in the show more, the video description somewhere, there is a link to my Patreon, as well as a whole bunch of stuff. If you could check that out, that'd be cool. Front loading of the video over, yay! Been watching more stuff about the state of YouTube, and it is just mega depressing in so many ways. I was watching this one food debunking channel where she goes through, she's a professional type cook, has written cookbooks, does all sorts of things, and then she watches these videos online that show you how to do stuff with food, and they're all just horrific. But that in a different channel were showing just how there's the content farms out there. So many corporations, they won't have just one channel, they've got 30 channels, and on each channel they're pumping out 10 videos a day. There's pet channels that do that, the kid channels have gone back to being terrifying. There's this one person showing how dangerous they're abusing animals on YouTube videos and such for clicks. And then they showed kids videos with, blatant copyright. There's a hamster that they had stuff in with, Boss Baby and Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse. And I don't think any of it actually had any people involved. It's just a bunch of ML routines putting stuff together. So yay on that. Except of course that's mostly what YouTube is becoming, corporations and content farms. So yay. Still though, life is life, yay. Past that, still been surviving. Had therapy yesterday, talked with my therapist about a lot of things. Usually the things that I talk about in the vlog, I end up having to talk about with him, because there are things like when I mention how, I thought to myself that, young people shouldn't be thinking about things of mass death. That should be things for people like me, older people who are approaching the end of life. Well, yeah, I talked with him about that, and it's much more appropriate for someone approaching the end of their life to deal with things like that, to get more used to the idea of you ending too. And yeah, at 59, oh boy. Still though, things worked out, but I didn't do much after that. Motivation is always rough after therapy because I've got all this stuff that gets dragged up through therapy. And then I have to let my mind settle after that. And then I went walkies last night, and it was good. It was fun. I enjoy walkies. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Yeah, a good thing. Past that, I didn't do much. I've tried watching videos, and with my insomnia coupled with all sorts of things, I will load up so many videos to watch on on tabs. I use Firefox for that. I use Chrome for other stuff. But I'll load up from my subscription page like as many new videos that look interesting from all my subscriptions. So I might get 20 or 30 tabs. And then I've got an extension called One Tab that smushes all your tabs into a hypertext page just of links. So you don't have to use up all of your RAM for that. But I was going through this morning and so many videos and such have just been removed or made private, and that's sad. It makes me wonder, what did I miss, number one? And number two, I hope they didn't get in trouble for their videos. Hokey smokes. But I'll open up like 50, 60 tabs all together and then smoosh them all down, open up 20 at a time, and then go through and either watch, or if they're about something that, oh, I guess it wasn't interesting, or I really don't like the presentation, or I've had insomnia and I'm really depressed and I just don't want to watch this right now. And then I end up closing so many of them. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Thumbs up for that. And I'm still trying to think, and itchy spot on my head, as I talked with my therapist, and I think I mentioned with a video in my vlogging, I came up with an idea for a story just the other day that is a soundscape story, and that's the one I have been thinking further on, the soundscaping and what to do with it. And I think I want to add a sort of nearly subliminal kind of heartbeat sound to it that starts off really low about midpoint through it, and then it just keeps getting tougher and louder as it goes on, so that you're only really aware of it toward the end. So it's going to be a rough one. I mean, it doesn't end well for the person involved, but that's life too. I'm only going to give a rough thing just in case, you didn't watch or you didn't remember. I wouldn't blame you on either. So hopefully somebody is watching right now. That would be nice. Thank you if you are. Greatly appreciated. But it's, since people on the outside can't interact with or perceive things from the inside, and there is some overflow around the doors. There are 10% of the people in the world that can interact and see stuff from the inside, but it doesn't push through to consciousness. And so it's a story about a guy who's been out camping, made a cup of coffee, just been drinking it and sitting on a stump and staring out through the clearing and over this little bluff and into a tiny valley and just feeling at peace with the world. And again, it's like starts to hear things get quiet, and then remembers, there are things out there that are from the inside. I can see them, just not consciously. That means there's something in the clearing with me. And so it ends up being, it turns from, thoughts of, gosh, this thing in the clearing with me, it could be a mouse, it could be a deer, it could be a grizzly bear. Or, as I see you've stopped parroting the words that you've been listening, maybe there's something else in the clearing with you. And then it goes from there, of course. And good soundscaping I'm working on, got it in my head, just got to get it done. So working on that, definitely a thumbs up. Want to get it done in the next couple days, that would definitely be a good thing. Past that, there is also one issue that makes it, through the years that I've been doing this stuff on YouTube, I have had the vague thoughts and dreams periodically of, if only I could do something to break out. If only I had the energy to do something and break out. One of the problems with that, though, is I've determined through the years of being online, when I'm feeling good mentally online, I reach out and I'm talking to people and I'm doing stuff and I'm private messaging people and having fun talking to others, and I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and then I'll get stressed or slightly depressed, or we go into a change of season. And when I get stressed out like that, I have a pattern I have followed my whole life. Since in my mid-teens, I started socially withdrawing from everyone. When I get when I get stressed out, I withdraw. So all of the people that I've been talking to online suddenly wonder where I'm going, and I'm not talking as much or even at all. When I'm feeling good, I'm like on Twitter, I'm just shit posting all the time and putting up weird stuff. When I'm stressed out, I'll spend like a half hour on Twitter, and then I'll be off Twitter for the rest of the day. So I just sort of withdraw and vanish, and that's not really a good working habit for like making videos and trying to grow and break out. I mean, there's a lot more that keeps me from that. I've talked about this sort of stuff before. I am low-key, low energy, and in today's YouTube, you've got to be high energy. I am more of a straight person to set other people up to make jokes these days, and that's not the thing that really does it. You got to be more high energy. You got to have a really engaging personality, and I can do that. I am a good actor, you know. And once you fake sincerity, you've got it made. I don't know how to fake sincerity. I'm a good actor, but I need to follow a script. So, in real life, yeah, things fall apart there. I'm not the kind of person that could be a big-time, wild, crazy person. I mean, I look at some of these people's videos out there, just the editing, and that's exhausting and on its own. Part of the issue with all the editing and such and trying to do stuff when you're a one-person party is you have to be able to understand the whole process. And because of my various issues, as I've mentioned, I have troubles with like symbolism and metaphor and all that, reading it from other people, as I've got all these issues when I try to set stuff up myself, and so it just, things fall apart and it just doesn't work out. Maybe if I hadn't been depressed my whole life, things would be different. Maybe if I had been treated with ADHD, for my ADHD, when I was young, things would be different. Maybe if I had been properly diagnosed when young as being autistic, I would be in a different place right now. But none of that happened, and I am where I am, and I can only do what I can do. I want to continue making videos for YouTube. I don't want to break out and become famous. I'm not that kind of person. I wouldn't mind a bit of moderate fame, but that's not even going to happen unless I make changes in my personality and in my presentation and in the videos I make. What are the odds I'm going to be able to do that? I don't know. I've actually made changes in my life that are rather major. So it's entirely possible. But for right now, especially with my lack of sleep and all, you know, I'm doing what I can, and right now, that's good. I'm treading water and trying not to sink. I don't have to worry about plans of, gosh, maybe one day I'll be able to fly. No, let's worry about keeping your head above water first. Then I'll worry about flying if I ever get into a better situation. Thumbs up for that. But past that, still just been thinking about lots of stuff. I got stuff on my leg list here. Oh, I think it's funny, but I'm the kind of person that would. I just heard the term Mayo monkey the other day to refer to white people as, you know, in a derogatory fashion. And I think that one is funny as hell. That fits. It works. So, yeah, yay, you know, life is life. But past that, tomorrow, hopefully I'll have enough time. I want to talk more about like intelligence and glamours and quantum knotting and how that holds everything stable on the inside, because I am still constantly working in my head on the whole inside-outside razor's edge thing. I just didn't have time to talk about it today. Yay. But I'm still working on it constantly, as stated, and I'm still working and trying to push myself into a habit of at least banging out some words every single day on the keyboard. Make that a habit, which is hard if you got ADHD, but try and make it a habit, and I should be able to do it. It took like 5-6 years of going for walks before that became enough of a habit that I get antsy if I don't go out on walks every single day. So it may take 5 or 6 years to get into the habit where if I'm not writing, it feels wrong. So I'm going to keep working on it because I still want to write. I still want to be a paid published writer. That would be fun. Definitely a good thing. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab on Hokey Smokes. Normally I say, hey, I've got far less than 25. Well, today I've got far less than 10, so this is gonna go fast. Holiday seasons, I hope. But I have opened up that tabs. I have opened up that tab on my Chrome, and we have Jocelyn Williams, thumbs up and thank you. Kazuto GX, thumbs up, and it's on the list. Daddy Justy, greatly appreciated. We have Open Your Chakras, thumbs up. Sean Hayes, greatly appreciated. Larry from Space, thumbs up and thank you. There's Ben B, greatly appreciated, and that's it. In 24 hours, the 7 people left me comments. It's greater than 0, so thank you all, greatly appreciated to no end. I mean, even for a very small number of people, you do get me out of my head and into the world for a very short period of time, and only in text, but it is appreciated. A thumbs up on that. I am an extroverted introvert. I spend 95% of my time alone, like this, here in this room. And I refill by being briefly around others, being around objects and, human artifacts and hearing human activity in the distance. But thank you, it is appreciated. And I don't know what device you're watching this on, but in the show more, there are links to all my various channels. You can check that out. There's also links to things like Twitter, Facebook, my Patreon, and again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people are literally beautiful and awesome, helping to keep me alive. I barely make enough to make rent. I don't have enough money for anything at all past that, so these people are helping me now to no end. And if you could become one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be truly beautiful, awesome, and appreciated. Thumbs up for that. If you would like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link, and I am definitely not above grubbing for your spare change. I have been eating like 1 cup of yogurt a day for the past several days. Lack of money sucks. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I do have an Amazon wishlist link with things like hamster food and cat food and hamster bedding. If you could check that out, that'd be very cool, greatly appreciated. Of course, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled, and if you cannot or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, greatly appreciated, and thumbs up for that. Well, Hokey Smokes. Remember, seek creativity. Your brain is literally use it or lose it. Don't lose it. Seek positivity. Being negative only hurts you and those around you. And seek balance. It may be fun to hit the extremes of life, but it's much more healthy to be on an even keel. And with the Covfefe bug still raging, please, if you don't have to go out amongst others, do not. If you have to, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and Hokey Smokes. If you haven't got it yet, get the vaccine, and if you can, get a booster. Hokey Smokes. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, well, in my book anyway, a very good thing.